The four eliminating that lead and putting themselves in a position to win and repeat for the first time since 1996.
Men's Volleyball Championships presented by Northwestern Mutual. Nothing like a sunset on the pier on the West Coast. Karch knows something about that. UC Irvine up 2-0 in two very tight sets. Very similar to what we saw a year ago when Irvine knocked off USC in straight sets. All three of them were very tight. Back with Karch Kiraly, Adam Amin. Defensively, BYU was about as good as any team in the country, especially up at the net. They dominated Penn State the other night. Tonight, UC Irvine has been very much the more aggressive team on the block.
With a very well-executed game plan by Irvine, starting with tough serving and then keying on Patch and Sander to slow them down. UC Irvine, of course, having the same setter that ran a great offense and won them the title last year. They're still hitting at about a 440 clip, well above season average. They keep doing that, they're going to win this in 3.
Now, when these two teams met twice this year, the block total was very close. It was 47 combined blocks. Irvine won that block advantage by just 3. They've had a huge advantage tonight, 8-2.
And keep in mind, the last time they played, UC Irvine got up 2-0, but BYU came back. And a week ago, in a crucial match against UCLA, BYU also came back 2-0. So BYU knows if they keep their poise, they should be able to come back, or they have the ability to come back. They're going to start in a little different lineup here with Boyce serving first now instead of Sander at the line. Trying to change the matchups just a little bit.
And it is Boyce.
One click, yep.
You said it. Heap has come in at times tonight. He's come in at times during the postseason. Those big rallies against Hawaii and UCLA. BYU is on the ropes right now, but they've done it before, coming back from 2-0 down. Can they do it again? Is the question here against the defending national champs. There's Chris McGowan. It's only happened twice in the championship. UCLA in '72, the third ever year of this tournament. USC in 1988 in the finals, coming back from down 2-0. Herring, an error on the first one, picks it up with a kill here.
And that's the sign of an experienced setter there, one who's already got a title under his belt. Chris Austin making a great choice, faking that he's going to attack on the second ball and then feeding his middle again for an easy kill.
Austin on serve. Haven't seen a lot of Rivera on the back row tonight. He gets the kill.
Haven't seen a lot of him, period, with only that being his 9th swing. Again, BYU's going to have to get some other guys going and not rely just on Patch and Sander, who took 25 and 19 swings in the first 2 sets.
Sander's been solid. Patch has not been very efficient. 3-point advantage. Tilly, 7 kills on 19 swings. He was only hitting .211 after 2 sets.
2/3 of BYU swings in those first 2 going to Taylor and Patch, and so that makes it easy for Irvine to key on them.
Not a lot of room for Tilly, but he takes Boyce out of the play. Here's Rivera against the triple. Austin's out. This is Tilly. In the middle, it's Young. Big dig Hughes.
Nice up by Hughes.
Rivera, he stops. Block number 9 for UC Irvine, and it started with a pretty good defensive play from Hughes.
All of these college teams are these men are so good at just putting out a surface and getting in a good spot, letting the hitter come right at them and pop it up in the air.
Junior from Costa Mesa, California. Now Air France delivering a rocket. BYU is gonna get a free ball over, a pretty good one though on a low shot. And they get a point out of it. That's Sander with a huge bailout. It's a 4-2 BYU lead. Take a look at this. Head-to-head, what's happened between these 2 teams. BYU winning at home in March in 5. On the road in 5. And winning at home in 4. Hughes one-on-one. Young filled that seam nicely, enough for Boyce to get a second touch. Nice start in this set for Merrick, a couple of kills now. Side out for Irvine. He will head back to serve.
Well, Austin doing a nice job of keeping that block, that very strong block throughout this season of BYU off balance, and that's one of the reasons why UC Irvine has the blocking advantage in this match.
Ace for Merrick. Well, that just knuckled down to the deck. The time.
Coach Niffen calls him the guy. One of the great surprises. He last year was just manning the scoreboard in practice and could calculate the score so fast. Now, a huge. Really, he's elevated his game a lot, and one of the guys that Niffen is very pleasantly surprised at raising.
That's his walk-on Merrick. And now comes up. Side out for BYU, and it's Patch. Just 158 in the first 2 sets offensively. He's got a couple of bases tonight. Kevorkian with a side-out kill to tie it at 5.
Kevorkian going right at the libero for BYU and winning that battle.
And now La Cavero, who had a great first couple of sets. Gonna toss that one a little out in front.
Nice up.
Just out. Tilly got that second touch, and nearly it was a fortuitous one at that.
You could really see the difference in liberos there. Reyes just missed. He fell onto his knee when he shouldn't have, and on the other side, Brinkley coming up with that play, keeping it up in the air.
BYU has had its longest run of the night when Rivero was serving. 6'3" sophomore. Here he goes. Good pass, Tilly. Hughes. Good effort by Boyce, but Connor Hughes is the first in the double figures in kills for UCI tonight. He's back to serve now. Part of the all-tournament team a year ago, and he wasn't even starting all season this year. It speaks to the depth of this Irvine team. Patch. Now Sander. Hughes. He gets blocked. A much-needed BYU block, just their 3rd of the night.
We're talking about Hughes, and boy, he has served his team from so many places. Played outside, played opposite, even played some middle, played some center in practice. One of the most unselfish guys, according to Coach Niffen, for this UC Irvine team.
This is Lavaya. Austin, the push for Tilly. Austin had to readjust. The pass was a little tight, and then Tilly had to readjust to the net too.
He sure did. That ball went really close, so he figured, I'm just going to throw it down. Boy, did he hold on to that. That could have been called a lift.
He had the massive advantage in size on Boyce there. Oh, nice setup by Boyce as he finds Young. Another good readjustment, this time on the other side.
And of course, Boyce has to run across the net. Good body control to keep that ball off.
He made a great point late in that second set. His ball control on his sets got a lot better. He looks like he's much more in rhythm.
And that's why they're leaving him in. They don't feel like they need to make that change. They're going to go and try and come back from this 2-0 deficit with him at the helm, as he's been the one that led them to an MPSF title.
Maring's got 3 kills here in the third set already. Here is Austin. He was all about basketball in high school. A buddy of his bribed him, said, "I'll buy you lunch for a week if you come play volleyball." And sure enough, he did. He fell in love with it. There was a touch there on the Irvine block, so BYU will get the side out. And Taylor Sander, after his 14th kill, heads back to serve.
Hasn't been able to really get it going at the service line. And what a pass by Hughes.
Nicely filled, that hole by Reyes. Rivera, tough angle, and Hughes fills that. Austin Matilli. Tie number 7 in the first 18 points of set 3. That's kill number 9 for Air France, as they call it. Brother Kim played basketball at Utah. He wanted to do the same, play sports in America and study, so he transferred into a university in Canada after he had some transfer issues. Then came over to UC Irvine, and he's a 2-time All-American. There's Devin Young picking up the side-out kill, and we're tied. Or rather, I should say BYU has the lead again. Junior from Pennsylvania. Hughes' passes are starting to get better. That's opening up a lot of options, and Maring now has 4 kills here in the third.
Perfectly executed, and it starts with the contact by Hughes right on the setter's head. Austin, and he delivers.
Maring back to serve again. Pass. He's blocked. Kevorkian and Hughes give UC Irvine the lead.
This is what happens when you can't pass close to the net. We saw a great pass the play before. That play, the ball pretty much had to go to Patch, and blockers anticipated.
Double-digit blocks for Irvine. There's their 11th block. Back-to-back Kevorkian. 2-point lead. UC Irvine dominating the net here in the championship.
Getting it to Patch. What a nice serve.
Sander, inside out.
Maring working his serve around the court. First cross court, then down the line. Well executed, creating 3 great point opportunities for his team.
All right, here's Patch. Can he get going? Hasn't been as dynamic as he was in the semis. Rivera. He's got 10.
And boy, do they love that matchup with him against the 6'3" Rivera. Gets left all alone. Easy put away with that tempo, that speed coming from Chris Austin.
BYU needs a side out so they can rotate here. They've got 2 of their smallest players in the front row right now in Boyce and Rivera. There it is. They'll be able to side out. That means that Sander is coming up front for BYU here. Rivera's going back. Does he have another run in him from the service line? Hughes is starting to pass so much better in this set. He pushed it a little wide, and we're tied at 13.
Little plays. That's what BYU hopes for, and they got a big break there because Hughes, again, with the advantage on the mismatch. Boyce across the net, and he just hit it out of bounds. Could have hit it anywhere for the kill.
Brinkley nails. Hughes. Up by Reyes. Sander. 3 in a row for BYU. That gets the Cougar fans on their feet.
What a nice play by the block to slow that down. And then look at Sander just go up and over sharp cross with that massive jump of his.
Tilly, the pass in the pick.
Remember Austin mixing his offense up earlier, and that's what creates space here. The Irvine, the BYU block, far too interested in the first tempo, and then Tilly crushes it out of the backcourt.
Tilly's only hitting .231 right now. It's been Hughes that has done most of the damage outside. So has the block. That's been the biggest key for UC Irvine tonight.
And clearly, UC Irvine has scouted this team out. They know exactly what to expect, and this time it goes to Rivera. They get 3 guys up to shut him down and earn themselves a 1-point lead.
The NCAA Men's Volleyball Championship is presented by Northwestern Mutual, proud to be the official financial planning partner of the NCAA, and in part by the all-new Buick Encore. The next big thing in luxury is small.
Gorgeous night in Los Angeles. UC Irvine up 1, and they're up 2 sets to nothing, trying to make a push for a second straight title. As you get a look at the Capital One Cup standings update, teams competing for a $400,000 scholarship donation from Capital One. Penn State on the women's side, very successful. Their men's team was in the semifinals of the national tournament this year. Connor Hughes continues serve for UC Irvine. Sander. 14.5 blocks for UC Irvine tonight.
And it starts with that tough serving of UC Irvine, taking the setter way off the net. BYU making the change. They made this a couple of times this season, bringing, of course, Tyler Heat, their backup setter, in to try and turn things around.
Let's see it here. They'll find Levaya, so 1 for 1 there. Side out for BYU. Tyler Heat came in with the semis of the PSF tournament against UCLA. Came in yesterday, spurred some good comebacks, and he's going to be key the rest of the stretch.
Yeah, came in the semifinals, and he needs to get some guys going. Ben Patch, great freshman season. He's only had 2 kills since the first set. 5 in the first, 2 since then. They got to get him going.
Bill Fuchs checked in to serve. There's a big block, and it's Sander coming away with it to tie us up at 16.
Fuchs has been doing a good job for BYU creating scoring opportunities, and boy did he there.
Ben Patch, there he is, struggling since the end of the first set. Here's Fuchs again. Ben Patch, the ABCA Newcomer of the Year. He had 35 kills in one match against UCI this year, but hitting under 100, and he only has, as Karch mentioned, 2 since the end of the first set.
And the average is about 4, so he's 6 below his average in these last 2 sets with only 2. Let's see if Heap can get him going.
Heap to Sander. Sander continues to be the go-to guy for BYU, as we've expected to see for most of the season. He's got 17 now, and we're tied at 17.
The other thing when you bring Heap in is you bolster your block. He's much taller at the net, so now really there's only one blocker you can go at if you're BYU.
There's Hughes, kill number 11 tonight. Didn't even start the first match, and he has been one of the more impressive anteaters on the floor in this NCAA tournament. 3 attack options up front for Austin. That's a big front line for UC Irvine, already blocking well tonight. And Brinkley digs up Patch. BYU fans wanted a double hit on Austin there. Sander, nice up by La Cavera. Good up by Austin. Tilly on 2, and it is out.
He had it. We saw Sander try to make that play the last game,
right.
and they both missed by inches down the line with the placement, the soft placement. Which brings Sander to the line.
That's right.
And he wants a wipe up there. That player was diving and trying to decide whether to play that ball in or out. A couple of great defensive plays by UC Irvine.
You see BYU fans on one side, Irvine fans on another. They're screaming at each other. They're battling back and forth just like the two teams on the floor are tonight. A race to 7 in the third. Tied for the 13th time in set 3.
Good serve to take UC Irvine out of the offense, and now a good scoring chance. I don't think that cleared.
Nope. 4 hits on Irvine. BYU leads it.
Sometimes that's a tough call. Tilly frustrated, but Austin shaking it off and just saying, look, let's move on to the next play. And let's see if Sander unloads on this one or if he tries another off speed, trying to force somebody like middle blocker Colin Merring to take the ball.
Took Merring out a moment ago. Took Irvine out of system. No aces tonight for Sander. And right after Tilly, who unleashes one into the corner to tie it up again.
And you can see him turn over his shoulder. He was screaming at the referee like, yeah, did they touch that one? Did that clear the net?
Margin for error continues to get smaller and smaller.
Watch Tilly. He's fired up, looking over his shoulder, screaming at the referee.
Rivera changed it up. Deep to Rivera. Belong to BYU. They're on the ropes, but they're pushing to keep themselves alive tonight. Beautiful night in Los Angeles, and the national championship on the line tonight. BYU on the push. They've scored 3 of the last 4, trying to win a set to stay alive. Let's take a look at tonight's Reese's Perfect Play. UC Irvine has dominated the net tonight.
And they've dominated in the backcourt in terms of positioning and handwork. And they're huge in the perfect position. He didn't even have a chance to react. And then Marion gets his hands across the net. So the back line and the front line both doing their job.
So Reese's Perfect Play. David Niffin's team in his first season as the head coach after spending 5 years as an assistant under John Speraw before being part of the Illinois women's staff last year. Trying to lead his team to a title. BYU trying to get back into it here.
Good touch by Rivera.
And here he is. He has come up with some clutch kills late here in the third.
Boy, did he do it all on that play. He knows that UC Irvine wants to go at him. He's the weakest blocker at the net right now, with Patch on the other sideline. And La Cavera hit right into him. He slowed it down, then gets himself a great swing.
Oh, very close. Tilly with a good read on the back line. That young service just went a little long. Here comes Merring to serve.
And he's scored very effectively. Last time he worked it around, boy, would UC Irvine love to close it out. They don't want to give any hope to BYU. This time he goes at Sander and creates a bad pass.
Oh, Sander out of nowhere from behind the 10-foot line.
That's, if you're going to win one of these things, you got to have a few lucky ones. And all hope was pretty much lost. And yet Sander finds the open spot on the court. Austin cheating in for the tip.
Sander and Patch both in the back row here.
Great pass by Hughes.
Yep, 3-point pass. Big block. Montevero off balance, beautifully played that time.
The beach cut shot.
That's right. Right off the inside of the hand.
He found the open spot on the court right over the head of Heaton.
Clutch performance tonight by La Cavera as well. And here comes the surge specialist, Willison, down by 2. A side out will give BYU set point.
3 strong blockers at the net. You might want to look at Sander out of the back row. Yep.
Yep. Set point, BYU. Side out for Irvine. They race 1 set point. It'll be Hughes to serve, which means Tilly's up front to help block. Austin's the smallest one up there for UC Irvine.
Against Sander.
Here he is for the win. Did he cut it? Still set point BYU. Chris McGowan will use a timeout.
That was a big miss hit by Taylor Sander. BYU got the mismatch they wanted. They like to go Sander against Austin at the net.
Sander has 20 kills tonight. That's a match high. That was just his 6th error, though. First round coverage of the NCAA Men's Lacrosse Championship begins Saturday, May the 11th at 2:30 Eastern on ESPNU. For more info, you can visit NCAA.com. Your home for all 89 NCAA championships. BYU, a couple of set points erased so far in this third. They need to get the next point to put the set away and stay alive and send it to a 4th.
And the whole time this timeout, no coaches yet into the timeout. The huddle until right now for UC Irvine. Coaches, all 5, 6 of them huddling, figuring out where do we want to set up our defense. Do we want to set up against Sander again? Do they repeat to Sander? Do they go to Patch? Or do they go to Lavaya, which they've gone to very rarely? I'd be really surprised if they go to Lavaya.
What's at stake tonight? Irvine trying to become the first repeat champs in 17 years. Al Skate's UCLA team in the mid-90s. BYU, its first trip to the NCAA since '04 when they won their last title. BYU's head coach Chris McGowan trying to join his dad as the first father-son combo to ever win a title at the same school in any sport. Meanwhile, David Kniffin trying to become just the second ever head coach to win a title in his first year at a program. A lot of history at stake. A set point BYU with Hughes on service for Irvine. Who does BYU go to? Lavaya, he's blocked! We're tied!
Well, I was really surprised, but UC Irvine wasn't. I can't believe they set him with 2 blockers in front. Now do you go to Sander or Patch, who hasn't had a kill, only 2 kills in most of the match.
Sander, he's blocked! It's championship point Irvine! Block number 15 tonight. UC Irvine has erased 3 set points.
And you can see Austin, he doesn't get his hands across the net until just at the end. Wow, a little stare down after this. Austin, the look through to Sanders.
You see right there as Kevorkian picked up his 10th block. And UC Irvine, after erasing those 3 set points, has match point and championship point.
Started with that miss hit by Taylor Sander. He had a one-on-one situation and missed it out of bounds.
Both of these teams gunning for their 4th ever national championship, and Irvine is a point away, trying to do it in back-to-back years with a sweep. These are the only 5 programs to have 3 titles or more. And Irvine can join that exclusive company of USC, Pepperdine, and UCLA. We mentioned Pepperdine because the year they won in '85 and '86, they also repeated, but they won in '86 under a new head coach. Rod Wild won that year after Marv Dunphy left to take over the Olympic team after winning the '85 title. Similar circumstance for David Kniffin.
Very much the same.
Irvine is a point away from back-to-back titles. It'll be Connor Hughes to try to serve out.
Notice they haven't set Patch in a long time. Nope.
He's in the back row.
He's trying to just stay warm. It's been so long since he's had a swing. He's bouncing up and down in the backcourt.
Sander. For the first time in 17 years, we've got back-to-back national championships. They belong to UC Irvine. Final point on another UC Irvine block, which was their biggest key tonight. 16 team blocks, and UC Irvine scores the final 5 points of this match. Erases 3 set points for BYU and comes back to win in 3. And David Kniffin makes history. Just the 2nd ever head coach in the 44-year history of men's volleyball championships to win a title in his first season.